Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The Committee on Education, Finance, and Taxation now convenes this public hearing. Public hearing notices were given to the media. First notice on Wednesday, January 10. Second notice, January 16. And today is Friday, January 19, and the time is 8:30. The committee will hear and accept testimonies, both oral and written, on the following: the referral of appointment of Mr. Eloy P. Hara, member, Guam Community College, Board of Trustee, term length 5 years. I would like the conduct of this public hearing shall be as follows. Those testifying will be recognized in the order of sign-in on the sign-in sheet. Written testimony may be read. Lengthy written testimony should be summarized to about 5 minutes. Written testimony shall be submitted to the committee. Please provide our legislative staff with your written testimony for photocopying. Testimony shall be confined to the substance or the nature of the nominee's appointment. Persons will be allowed to present oral testimony only once. Once you are done, you may be asked to remain in the room for questions or for additional testimony. When you speak, please make sure the microphone is on and that you speak into the microphone. Please state your name for the record. We will now begin to hear testimonies. This is in reference to Mr. Eloy Hara's appointment. And I've noticed that he's not here, but I know that if he would have made it on time, I know that. Otherwise, something might have came up at home. But it being that we do have President Mary Okada, Dr. Okada here, and we have Carmen Santos and also Rosario Perez in support of Mr. Hara's appointment. I would like to still begin, and then we'll hear your testimony, Dr. Okada, Ms. Santos, and Ms. Perez. Okay, we'll just have the two. And I do have a copy of your written testimony, but you can read that, please, for the record. Thank you.
Half a day and good morning. My name is Mary Okada, president of the Guam Community College, and I am here to provide testimony in support of Mr. Eloy Hara to serve as the member of the Board of Trustees for the Guam Community College. Thank you, Chairman San Agustin, Senator San Agustin, for this opportunity to provide testimony in favor of the reappointment of Mr. Hara to the Board of Trustees of the Guam Community College. Mr. Hara has served on the Board of Trustees faithfully for the past 2.5 years, filling the remainder of the term of member Maria Connolly. As a GCC board member, Mr. Hara is diligent in attending meetings and board working sessions, providing valuable input and employment perspectives with regards to issues facing the Guam Community College and fulfilling the requirements of a board member. Mr. Hara's reappointment to the board for a full 5-year term will provide the Guam Community College Board of Trustees with the continuity needed during our upcoming accreditation visit in March of this year, as GCC is seeking reaffirmation of its accreditation for a maximum term of 7 years. For all of the above reasons and more, on behalf of the students, faculty, staff, and administrators of the Guam Community College, I fully support the reappointment of Mr. Eloy Hara to the GCC Board of Trustees for a full 5-year term. Sidus Maasi.
Thank you, Madam President. Now, Ms. Santos.
Half a day and good morning, Chairman San Agustin. My name is Carmen Santos, Vice President, Finance and Administration for Guam Community College. I'm here to provide testimony on behalf of Chairman Frank Arreola. On behalf of the members of the GCC Board of Trustees, I respectfully submit this testimony in favor of the reappointment of Mr. Eloy Hara to the Board of Trustees of the Guam Community College. As chair of the board for nearly 2 years, I have had the pleasure of serving with Mr. Hara. He is extremely diligent with regard to fulfilling his duties as a board member. Mr. Hara's experience as the former executive director of the Civil Service Commission and his term as assistant GM at the Guam Power Authority allow him to provide the board with an insightful perspective regarding employment issues at the college, and his extensive career in the U.S. Navy and as a private sector businessman also provides myself and the other board members with unique views of the workforce issues facing Guam and GCC. GCC is currently preparing for an accreditation visit from a team from the Accrediting Commission of Community and Junior Colleges, March 7 to March 9, 2018. Mr. Hara, the other board members, and I have been busy fulfilling the requirements directed toward board members with regard to this visit, and I believe it would be prudent for Mr. Hara to continue serving as a board member during this important period for the college. Therefore, on behalf of the other members of the GCC Board of Trustees, I fully support the reappointment of Mr. Eloy Hara to the GCC Board of Trustees for a full 5-year term. Respectfully, Frank P. Areola, Chairman, GCC Board of Trustees. Thank you.
Thank you. And you know, even in the absence of Mr. Hara, you know, just his acceptance of his nomination is a confirmation of his willingness and his desires to serve at GCC. That being said, and with your testimony and from the chairman, we will conclude the committee on his confirmation, and I will be submitting this to the floor for a vote in favor of his continuance at the GCC board. Thank you very much. The committee will continue to receive testimony for the next few days. Please address your written testimony to the Committee on Education, Finance, and Taxation. Submit it via email to Senator Joe S. San Agustin at gmail.com. My office is located at Grand Care Building, 2nd floor, Suite 3, 761 South Marine Corps Drive, Tamuning, Guam. Zeus Masi for your attendance and participating in today's hearing. And for those at home, thank you for watching. Thank you. Have a great morning.